Okay, so a topic I want to talk about here that's been bothering me for a long time about certain churches is that people have grown their church by knowing how to pat people on the back in a sense where, okay, Monday through Saturday, actually Sunday through Monday, 7 days a week, they do whatever they want, they live however they want, they sacrifice nothing, and their idea of becoming Christ-like is going to church for an hour, 1 day a week, and being patted on the back with a good motivational message that's going to make them feel better about themselves to get through the week again until Sunday. Now let me explain what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should not go to church to feel good. I'm not saying that at all. But we have no reason to follow Christ if we don't know the grace that He offers and the hell that He has saved us from. Everything that we have done, everything from day one, from being born into a sinful nature, all the way to His death and resurrection, His death on the cross where He was nailed to a cross, a very brutal murder, all the way up to that, to what He saved us from, all the way to His resurrection. If we don't know all of the dark and all of the dark moments, and all about God's wrath and how we're justified and we're saved from that, and how we're going to continue to be sanctified, if we don't know the whole story, then what difference is it to go to church and follow your pastor and not follow God, or not follow Jesus as your pathway to God? There's no difference. If we don't know the whole 360 gospel, then we're missing a lot. Our relationship with Christ will never be stronger until we know the entire full story of everything that He saved us from, the wrath of God, the good, the bad, the ugly, the scary, and the happy as well. Today I just see a problem that, we have a lot of weak-minded Christians because they really don't know the whole story. They just think that church is a place where God is a genie, and you just, you rub the crystal ball, or you look into the crystal ball and you do good things, and God will do good things for you. And it's so not the case. We don't immerse ourselves in the worship of God and give thanks to what we've been saved from and the goodness of His grace, but we just think that, we go there to feel good about ourselves, and that's it. At that point, like I said, we start to follow the pastor. We don't follow God, but we follow the pastor. We don't follow the gospel, but we follow the music, the band. We have small groups at our house that turn out to be drinking sessions or smoking sessions, and we have all of these things where we're not giving glory to the King of Kings that saved us from hell, but we're just using this as a social hour, a style, fashion hour. We're turning this into everything that it's not supposed to be. So, with that said, if you're not feeling, if you're not feeling anything at all, let me think of how to say this. If hell doesn't scare you, then if you're not thinking about hell ever, if you don't think hell is real, if your pastor never preaches on hell whatsoever, I would recommend maybe going to a new church, because until we grasp the full concept of hell and the wrath of God, we are not going to live our lives to the fullest in Christ. We're not going to be grateful as much as we could. We're not going to be loving as much as we could. We're not going to be reading the scriptures or praying as much as we could. And we're not going to be helping the poor as much as we should. Not saying that anything is based on works, but by grace alone is how we're saved. But this is going to excel us when we really start to look into this. So, with that in mind, I would just recommend that you look into that. Look into the kinds of things that your pastor is saying. Does your pastor want you to follow him, or does he want you to follow God? And sometimes you have to read between the lines. But I do believe that once you make that decision, as far as what you want out of a church, that your life will start to change, depending on the path you take.